Okay, so in the last class, we have seen some morphological operations like dilation, erosion, opening, closing, boundary extraction, boundary filling, like that. Today we will check some more operations. So the first topic of today's class is heat or means transformation. From the name, you can understand that transformation technique generally does either it will hit some pixels or it will miss some pixels. Now, what is the importance of that transformation? The importance of that transformation is that suppose you are trying to find out a structure or specific pixels, so you need to use the heat of mist transformation for that cases. Suppose I am giving an example. Suppose something is written here. Suppose heat and mist transformation is written here. Now, from that transformation, suppose you are trying to find out O. That O you are trying to find out how many O you have in that sentence or in that letter sentence. Sorry. So heat or mist transformation will help you to find out that. And how it will help you? It will basically consider O as an image. It's not a letter, not a word. It will consider as an image, and it will match that image with all the image format you have. H, I, T to the all image format. It will try to match that image, and if it is getting the same structure, same image structure, then it will show you as a result. So over that, if we use the heat or mist transformation, and if we are trying to find out O, it will show two position, that the first position or at the second position transformation. So in these two position you will have 2O, that 2O will be shown here. Now matter is that how the process will happen. So the process will happen by this formula. That is your heat or mist transformation for sign, heat or mist transformation sign. That sign sometimes shows like that also. So if any signs you are getting like that, that means that transformation is called the heat or mist transformation, where A is your input image and B, that is your structuring element. Then that transformation will give you a result A erosion, B1 intersection, A complement erosion, B2. That is the formula to calculate the heat of mist transformation. Now, here B1 and B2 are two different structuring elements will be provided. B1 and B2, two different structuring elements that will be provided. And if it is not provided, then what will happen? Only one structuring element is provided, then either B1 you have to take as B2 complement, or you can take B2 as B1 complement. Whichever is provided, another will be the complement. So that is your structuring element you have to consider. Okay. So this is the formula to calculate the heat of means transformation. But you need to check the example, then it will be more clear to all of you. If we consider one example, see that. Is that visible? Okay. In that example, image A is given here. That is your image A that is given here, where the shaded part provides the image and other parts are 0, means completely black. So obviously this is also black and white image, and these are two structuring elements. Keep in mind that I have shown you structuring element in the format of disk, square, like that, but structuring element may be anything. Okay, 3 cos 3 size or 5 cos 5 size, like that. Structuring element may be anything depending on your requirement. If the structuring element provided, so you have to work over that. So here the structuring element provided as B1 and B2, like that. If B2 is not provided, then here B2 will be just complement of B1. Then 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 0 0, that will be your B2. So in that way you have to consider the structuring element. So what will be the operation? Check it. First you have to complement the you have to do the erosion with the original image. If you do the erosion with the original image, I think I don't need to show you. You have to do the erosion the original image by B1. So simply if you do the erosion and you know how to calculate or how to solve the erosion process, you will check all the point, and if the complete match is happening, then you will consider that point also only. So here you have the complete match, you will consider this center point. Here you have the complete match, so you will consider that center point, like that. So over the image you will do the erosion process and you will get the result. This one you can check it, you will get that result. And then you have to take the A complement, because the formula is A erosion B1 intersection A complement erosion B2. So now that part already you have got. Now you have to do that part, A complement erosion B2. If B2 is not provided, then A complement erosion B1 complement, and then that is your A complement. All the ones will be 0. That is your A. So all the ones will be 0 and all the zeros will be 1. So that is your A complement. So that is your A complement. Sorry, ভুল বললাম if যদি 3x3 structuring element থাকে, the center point will be always the middle point. Okay, center point will be always the middle point. So B2 এর ক্ষেত্রে center point এটাই হবে যদি structuring element provide করা না থাকে। ওকে, স্ট্রাকচারিং এলিমেন্টের সেন্টার পয়েন্ট যদি প্রোভাইড না থাকে তো এই মিডল পয়েন্টই কনসিডার করতে হবে। এন্ড হ্যাঁ, 0 থাকলেও ওকে, ইউ ক্যান চেক ইট। দেখ এটার সঙ্গে আমি এই 0 মিডল 0টাকে ম্যাচ করাচ্ছি, কমপ্লিট ম্যাচ পাচ্ছি। ওকে, কমপ্লিট ম্যাচ পাচ্ছি। দেখ ফার্স্ট কেস, সেকেন্ড কেস, দেখ এখানে জিরোটাকে ম্যাচ করাচ্ছি, কোনো ম্যাচ পাচ্ছি না। ক্লিয়ার? সো অলওয়েজ মিডিল জিরোকে ম্যাচ করাতে হবে। দেন ইউ উইল গেট a complement erosion b2. That result is not provided here. A complement erosion b2 you will get. Okay, then A complement erosion b2 and A erosion b1, if you do the intersection between these two, you will get that result. Intersections mean the common part. You can check it by your own. You have the A complement and do the A complement erosion b2, you will get a result, and that result and that A complement b1 will be intersected with each other, and after intersection the result that you will get will be, this is the final result. Only 5 number of ones you will get. Okay, obviously suppose the green shaded part is your middle point, center point. Okay, then প্রত্যেকটা পিক্সেল সঙ্গে যতগুলো পিক্সেল দেওয়া আছে আমার A কমপ্লিমেন্টে, considering zeros and 1, you have to compare each and every pixel. That is the first row, first column pixel, the first pixel, and that is not providing the eroded value because the 1 is not matching to any one. So the first row will not give you any value or any eroded value. Okay, consider the second row from the first column. See, each and every value is matching. Each and every value is matching with the one of structuring element. So for the second column you will get the, for the second row you will get the all values at the eroded values. So all will be 1. For the second row all the zeros and 1 will be 1. Clear? So in that way you will get the A complement erosion b2, and considering that image you will match this with the A erosion b1 by considering the intersection. And if you do the intersection between these two images, you will get the result shown in the right belowest result, that is that one. So you will get only 5 number of ones. So that will be the result of your hit or miss processing technique. So that is the theoretical operation I am showing you, but if you want to check the practical operation I can show you. See, some text is written here. I considered that input image, and obviously keep in mind that input image is binary image. Whatever the morphological operation I am showing, all the morphological operation will be operated on binary image only. Now suppose we want to search here how many R you have. So just you have to consider that R, double click, see here 5 dot are showing. You can check it. The 5 dot are showing 1 2 3 4 5, means at that position you have R. You can check it. The first dot defines that R, the second dot defines that R, the third dot these are, fourth dot these are, and the fifth dot these are. So 5 number of R you have, and here you have R, but it is not showing that. Can you tell me why? Why the R's show? Exactly Exactly, because that technique is considering R as an image, not anything. It is considering R as an image. So it is matching that image with other all the images. And if the match happens, then it is showing the result. But here, as the orientations are different, so if he is trying to match the result, but this R, this R will not match to that R. So it will not show the result. Okay. So this is basically the hit or miss transformation that is used to find out some common spot over the image. Suppose you have some, you are trying to find out some pixels that considering a pixels intensity, suppose 250 pixel intensity pixels you are trying to find out over an image. So what you have to do, you have to do the hit or miss transformation, and in that transformation you have to consider one pixel that is or that has the pixel intensity 250, and if we run that code, all the pixels that has intensity 250 will show you, and in that way you can find out all the pixels. And what is the importance of that? If we can find out, suppose you are trying to change only that pixel's value, so you can change that pixel value from 250 to any value range, 0 to 255, any range you can make it. Okay, so that is the process to find out the process to do the hit and miss transformation, and that are the advantage of this technique. I think clear. And okay, don't provide any roll number now because I will not consider any roll number. Whenever I will tell you just to submit a roll number, then you will submit. If you have any hurry, if you want to leave anyone, you can go, but don't provide roll number. Suppose, in spite of R, I am trying to find out T. See, you can match it. You can match it. The three number of T's are given here. First T from the term, second T from the to, and third T from the that. So these are the T's you are getting. So in that way, each and every word you can find out. So that is your hit or miss transformation. Next topic is the extraction of connecting component. In case of calculation, whenever I have told you how to calculate the path, pixels path, or how to calculate the distance between two pixels, I have told you that there are you can see that there are different boundaries, you can see there are different region. So if you have a single region, that means within that region the pixels you have all are connected to each other, that I told you in the previous classes. Now there you have seen the pixels by visually, and you have checked whether these are connected or not by considering the 8 connectivity, 4 connectivity, or M connectivity. Now if you have multiple number of pixels, then what you will do? You cannot do by your own by visually watching or by visually viewing the pixels. There you need to consider some extraction technique. That technique will help you to find out all the connected component for a single region. And For that case, just formula is xk equal to xk minus 1 dilation b intersection a, where k may be any value 1 2 3 4 like that, and x0 is a pixels over the image that you will consider. X0 is a pixel over the image that you will consider. Okay, here what is happening? One image will be given. One image will be given, that is image A, and these are the 4 pixels. Visually you can see that is your 4 pixels are connected, and this pixel is also connected, and make it not connected. One. So these 4 pixels are one region, this is another region. So this pixel is not connected to these 4 pixels. Visually you can check it, but theoretically you have to show that only these 4 pixels are connected, this pixel is not. So that is your formula. In that formula, what you have to do, you have to consider any point over the image, and that point must be 1. That point must be 1. So any point consider as p, and that p will be your x0. So you know the x0. From that x0, if you consider that formula, x1 will be x0 dilation b intersection a. So if this is your x0, you have to do the dilations by b. B is your structuring element. So you will do the dilation over that p by that structuring element b, and over the total result you will do the intersection over the original image. That is your original image. So you will get your x1. Okay. Now whenever you are getting your x1, your x2 will be in the same way, x1 dilation b intersection a. So x2 will be x1 dilation b intersection a. Again you will get x2, because x1 already you have got here. So over that x1, if you do again dilation with the structuring, same structuring element b, and then again if you do the intersection with the original image a, you will get x2. The process will continue until or unless your next value of x will be equal to the previous value of x. If that condition satisfied, the process will stop. If that condition satisfies then the process will stop. So that is the theoretical explanation of the extraction of connecting component. I think clear? Okay. So আমি এখানে কি বলেছি, what I have told you here, that is your formula to calculate to extract the connecting component. Xk is equal to xk minus 1 dilation b intersection a, where k varies 0 1 2 3 4 any value until or unless you will get that condition. And how you will get that condition, that I am telling you. That is your image, original image a. Over that original image you are considering any pixel containing 1. I have considered here this pixel. Suppose you can consider this one, this one, this one, this one, any pixel you can consider. Now after considering that pixels, that will be defined as x0. So first what you have to do, you have to get x1 value. So x1 will be x0 dilation B intersection A. And if we do that, over that pixel P, you have to do the dilation B by the provided structuring element. So if you do dilation here, you will get a result. Over that result, you have to do the intersection with the entire image A. Then you will get the image x1 considering some pixels. And then over that image x1, you will again do the dilation with B, and the result, dilated result, will be intersected with A. Then you will get x2. Okay, next, to calculate x3, again you will dilate. To calculate x3, again you will dilate x2 with B, and the result will be intersected by image A. Then you will get x3. That process will continue until or unless you are getting that conditions. The next value, that is xk, will be xk minus 1. If that condition happens, then the process will stop. Means if x2 image and x3 image are looking exactly same, then the process will complete and the process will stop. Okay, clear? Extraction, theoretically, is it clear? That is the na, that x1, x2, x3 all are the images. Okay, now for that example, one pixel means that is also one image containing one pixel. Okay, so that are the image set, you can say. Over that image, a image set. Okay, now suppose considering the pixel P, you are first dilating and then intersecting with A, you are getting x2. x2 point, you will get some point. Okay, again in the same way x3 you will get some point. Suppose your x2 after getting some point is like that, and x3 is also the same. x3 is also the same. That means x2 and x3 are same. If that condition happens, then only the process will stop. If we follow the example, it will be more clear. Theoretically, that is the process. Now, if we check the example, that is your original image A, and where this one, this one, this one, these ones are your binary value 1, that is provided white, and 0 is providing black. So over that image, you have to check which images are connected to each other, which ones are not. So visually you can check it that this pixel is not connected to that other pixels. So if we do the extracting connecting component operation, and if we consider any pixels from that region, you can check it, this provides two region. If we consider any pixel that from that region as x0, I have already told you, first you have to consider any pixel x0 over the image, and that x0 will be 1. So if we consider any pixel over that region, then after the final extraction, only that region will be provided. That region will be shown here, that pixel will not be here. Because final result will show you the connecting component of that pixel x0. Okay, if we consider any pixel from that region, means if we consider that one as x naught, then the final result will show you only that region, because in that region the connecting component of 1 is only that value. Clear? Now how it is happening, just take it. I consider x0 as that point. That point I considered as x0. Now what you have to do, x0 dilation b. If you do the dilation b with x0, and that is your structuring element b, I have considered. You can consider any structuring element. Depending on that, you will get your result. So I have considered structuring element b in that way, and that is your center point. So what you will do the dilation of x0 only, not all the values. Keep in mind, you will do the dilation of x0 only. And if you do that, that is your x0. So you can check it. That portion will give you a result. That portion will give you a result. That portion means, if you check it, all the boundary portion, 8 connectivity boundary portion will give you the dilated result. So dilated result will be, I am not showing you the dilation again. Dilated result over x0, that is over that point, will give you that. So that will be your dilated result, x0 dilation b. And after that, if that dilated result is getting intersected with the original image A, you can check it, the common point. এখন কে join করে? See, the dilated result are intersecting with A, means completely প্রত্যেকটা পিক্সেল পয়েন্টের সঙ্গে পিক্সেল পয়েন্ট যদি ম্যাচ করি, we match each and every pixel point with each other, then you can check that this point is not matching, that point is not matching, and all the other points are matching. So result will be this one, only this point is not matching and all the other points are matching. So that is your x1 image. So that is your x1 image. Now as you have got x1, next step is what? You have to calculate x2 in the same way. So to calculate x2, the procedure is x1 dilation b and intersection a. So first you have to calculate in the same way x1 dilation b. Now that is your x1. So over that pixels, keep in mind that will not be 1. That will not be 1. So over that pixels, you have to do the dilation. And if you do the dilation over that pixel, considering that structuring element, you will get this result. You can check it. I will provide you the PPT. Then you can check it, or you can just write it down and check it. That is x1 dilation b. After dilation, again you have to do the intersection with a. If you do the intersection with a by this dilated result, you can check it the common point. See, these common points are considered here as the result of x2. Okay. Now whenever you have got x2, that is your original image, you have to calculate x3. See, you have to continue that process until or unless the previous image and the next image are same. So if we continue this to process in the same way, if you calculate x3, x4, x5, just you can check it. I'm not showing each and every one here. When you are after calculating x5, the result whatever you are getting, then if you calculate x6, x5 and x6 will look exactly the same. That is, x5 is exactly equal to x6. That means the process will stop here. And you can check it at the final result. This one is not there because this one is not connected to that other ones. So this one will be cancelled out. So as a final result, that will be your final result after the extraction of connecting component. That is the mathematical process I have told you. If you want to check it by coding, see, that is your result. So many result you have. What I am doing, I am just considering an input image. Just wait for 1 second so that you can understand it very clearly. I am considering one input image processing, written here like that format. So you can check it that each and every I, M, A, G, E, P, R, O, C, E, S, S, I, N, G, each and every one are the separate region. So whenever you will run the code to extract the connecting component, it will consider each and every region as a label. Means if you have here certain number of লেটারই বলে তো নাকি ইংরেজিতে আই এম এ জি এগুলোকে কি বলে ঠিক আছে so if you have 14 number of letter so you will get 14 number of label each and every label will be used to store each and every letter as a region clear so if you consider one label the data or the region stored to that label will show you so here level 2 is used to store the I. If I run the code to show the result stored in level 2, so you will get your I. Similarly, level 3 will show you M. A will be level 6. In that way, each and every image you can store in a level. So that I used to store. So you can run that code to show the each and every result or each and every letter separately or also a set of result at a time. To show the set of result, what you have to do? You have to run the label. Suppose you are trying to show the result image. That image you are trying to show. So you have to run the label related to that letter in a same time. So that image will be shown as an output. Okay. Similarly, if you want to show the processing will show as the output. But any letter you are trying to remove from here, just remove the label, so letter will be removed. That is shown here. That is done by making each and every region by different color level. Just I made to look at good, nothing else. So that is happening if we run the extraction of connecting component. That will happen here. You can check it that here you have total number of letters are 14 is shown here. Okay, next topic or the next point is the convex hull. That is very important point, and you need to understand it also very clearly. Convex hull, what is that? Suppose you have a set of pixel like that. Okay, convex hull defines the boundary, the minimum boundary. Convex hull defines the minimum boundary so that the maximum or the total pixels provided here are within that boundary. That is your convex hull. So if we draw a boundary like that, that is also considering all the pixels, but it is not your convex hull. Convex hull defines the minimum boundary that contains all the pixels. That is the definition of convex hull. To calculate, there first I am showing you the theoretical process, how to find out the minimum boundary of a convex hull. Then I will show you the practical process. So first consider, suppose, try to understand it very clearly. If you are not getting it, just ask me. Suppose these are the pixels. Suppose these are the pixels. You need to calculate the convex hull. So the first step is to consider the x-axis and y-axis over that pixel, and you have to consider 4 point over that axis. That point must be from that pixels provided. If we make x-axis, y-axis, that characteristics of the 4 point will be, that point will be the minimum point over the pixels, that will be the minimum point, that will be the maximum point, that will be the rightmost point, and that will be the leftmost point. So if we consider that over the y-axis, if we consider that must be the minimum point, this one must be the minimum point, this one must be the maximum point, this one must be the rightmost point over the x-axis if we consider like that, and this will be the leftmost point. Clear? Next, just connect those points. Just connect those points. So after connecting, just you need to check whether each and every pixels is within that point or not. So obviously each and every pixel is not within that point, within the area. So what you need to do next, whatever the pixels in the outside of the area, from that pixels, suppose more pixels you have so that you can understand more easily. So these are the pixels outside the area. So you need to make it inside that. So what you will do, you will consider perpendicular distance of that pixels from the respective lines. You will check all the perpendicular distances. Next, the line, in that line, for that line you have 3 pixels outside the area, and that means you have 3 perpendicular distances. You will check the maximum distance. If you got the maximum distance, then you will connect that pixels, you will connect that pixels to the other pixel that creating this line. Okay, that is your maximum distance. Keep in mind, the pixels with maximum perpendicular distance will be connected like that. Similarly, that is your maximum distance, so it will be connected like that. Only one pixel is that, so it will be considered as the maximum pixels, so it will be connected like that, and this will be connected like that. So this line will be the final line that consists of the all the pixels within the range. So that will be your convex hull. That will be your convex hull. Clear or not? Now you may have questioned that why we are not considering the boundary and we are not connecting that. That is also give you the boundary area that containing the all the pixels. Reason is that we cannot consider, because if you consider over that image the boundary, you will get the result like that. And see the distance, that distance and the other distance that considering the boundary I have written here are not same. The minimum distance is the distance written in pink line. That will be the minimum distance that containing the pixels value. So if we consider the boundary area, that should not be the minimum distance or overall the minimum area that containing the all the pixels. So that should not be the convex hull. Convex hull must be that boundary that contains the minimum area. Okay, that you have to keep in mind. So that is one process, and in that process you can check it that it looks like very simple, but whenever you will run that process, first you need to find out the maximum, minimum, topmost, rightmost and leftmost pixels. After that you have to add those pixels, means you have to find out the boundary. After that you have to check what are the pixels are outside the boundary. Then from that pixels you need to draw, or you need to calculate the perpendicular distance, and after that you have to find out the maximum distance for each and every boundary line. Then you have to add that pixels. That are the step to calculate that process. So it may look like very simple, but it is the toughest process to calculate for a computer. Okay, so there is another process. Suppose These are the pixels you need to calculate the convex hull. So what we will do, first you will consider the minimum or the bottommost pixel. Now if you have the bottommost pixels, more than one bottommost pixels, you have to consider the left bottommost pixels. Suppose you have pixels like that, two bottommost pixels you have to consider the left bottommost pixels, not this one. Okay. Now after considering that bottommost pixels, what you have to do, you have to connect all the pixels with that bottommost pixel, like that, by considering the angle. If we connect all the pixels, you can check it that for each and every pixels you are getting an angle related to x and y axis. So you are getting angles. That bottommost pixel will be defined as position 0. Now you have to numbering all the pixels depending on their angle in increasing order. So minimum angle containing will be the number 1. Then in the increasing order you have to number all the pixels. Okay. Now after numbering the pixels, you will connect the pixels by considering the numbers. Suppose 0, you will connect 0 with 1. First you will connect 0 with 1. Second, you will connect 0 with 2. Now the main condition is that you have to check whether whenever you are connecting the 1 with 2, the movement of the pixel is in the left side or in the right side. If we don't connect the pixel 1 with 2, the movement should be straight line like that. But whenever we are connecting 2, the movement is in the left side. If left side movement, we will consider that connection. We will consider that connection. That means that connection is okay. Next, we will connect the pixel 3. 2 and 3 pixel will be connected. Again, we will check the movement. That should be like that. The movement is to the left side. So this movement is also okay, as it is moving to the left side. So connection will be there. Okay. Now we will connect 3 to 4. If we connect 3 to 4, check the movement. If we consider 2 to 3, it should be the straight line like that. But 3 to 4, movement is to the right side. If it is right side, then the previous connection is not okay. Means as it is movement the right side, the previous connection is between 2 and 3, it will not be considered. And then this will be considered. The final pixels and the previous pixel. This will be considered. Clear? Now আরেকবার ওকে হ্যাঁ এটা একটু কমপ্লিকেটেড আছে জাস্ট ট্রাই টু আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড ইট see we have made the numbering and we will connect 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7 like that, and we will check wherever we are connecting one pixel to other, the movement is happening to the left side or to the right side. If the movement is happening to the left side, the previous connection of that movement is okay. Means we will consider that connection. If the movement is happening, to the right side, the previous connection of that movement will not okay. Means we will not consider that connections. Just these two conditions you have to keep in mind and you have to continue the process. First, we are connecting 0 with 1. First connection is okay. You don't need to check. After the first connection, consider the second connection 1 to 2. Now whenever we are connecting 1 to 2, movement was the straight line like that and we are moving the left side of that straight line. If we are moving to the left side, so previous connection is okay, means that connection is okay. Now we will move from 2 to 3. If we move from 2 to 3, check it, that was your movement and we are changing our direction from that movement to the left side. That means the previous connection, that connection is also okay, means the connection between 1 and 2 is also okay. Now next we will move from 3 to 4. If we move from 3 to 4, the movement was straight line like that from 2 to 3, last movement. So direction was to the right side. So this is not okay. The connection, previous connection, that is connection between 2 to 3 is not okay. Clear? So again we will consider connection 3 to 4 already have considered. Now we will consider connection 4 to 5. We will consider 4 to 5. So the movement was straight line like that from 3 to 4 and for the 4 to 5 movement is towards that side. So the previous connection is okay. Which one will be your previous connection? That is not your previous connection because that connection provides the previous connection not okay. So previous connection will be the last okay line, means the last line we have considered. So 1 to 2, that line we have considered. So that will be your previous connection. So the pixel you have to consider these pixels. And as the movement is to the left side, so that starting pixels and the last pixel connection will be okay. Now we'll check the pixels connection between 5 and 6. Movement was straight line like that, it is moving to the left side. So the previous connection between 4 to 5 is also okay as it is moving to the left side. So 4 to 5 is also okay. Now we will move from 6 to 7. That was the straight line and the movement was to the right side. So 5 to 6 is not okay. So you are in that position, keep in mind. 5 to 6 connection is not okay. That means you are in the position at point 5. Now we will check again 7 to 8. 6 to 7 connection was like that. So 7 to 8 movement is towards the left side. That means that 7 will be connected to the previous pixel, that is considered as the okay pixel. So that is 5. So 5 will be connected to 7. Okay. Now you are in the position 7. Now you will connect 8 with 9. That was your movement. Now you are moving towards the left side again. So that 7 to 8 connection is also okay. Now 9 to 10. Whenever you are moving from 9 to 10, see, the movement is towards the right side. As the movement is towards the right side, so 8 to 9 connection is not okay. So you are in the position 8. Again, just connect 10 to 11. Sorry, 10 to 0 because 11 is not here. So connect 10 to 0, movement towards like that, and the movement you are getting to the left side. So 10 will be connected to previous okay 8 position. So 8 will be connected to 10, and as it is the final or the last pixels, just connect 10 with 0. So that will give you the convex hull. So theoretically you can calculate convex hull like that. Now suppose conditions may appear like that. Whenever you are making, whenever you are considering the pixels, you may have more than one pixels for the same angle. You may have more than one pixels for the same angle. It may happen because so many pixels are there you are working with. So if it happens like that, it is your positive slope. Obviously it is your negative slope. That is your diagonal axis or the vertical axis, you can say y, and that is your horizontal axis, sorry, x. So if you get any condition like that, just point out the pixels for the positive slope as from left to right, and accept the positive slope. Means if you have the vertical axis and the negative slope, just consider the pixel point or the pixel positions opposite to the positive slope. Means for the y-axis, pointing out will be like that: 5, 6, 7, 8, and for this negative slope, pointing will be 9, 10, 11, 12. So pointing out will be towards that side, and for this case will be towards that side. Whenever you are doing the convex hull calculation, you have to consider that part, because numbering is very important. You have to connect 0 with 1 first, then 1 to 2, 2 to 3, like that. So first step is numbering. So if any condition happens like that, you have to do the numbering in that way. Okay. হ্যাঁ, নাম্বারিংটা সবসময় পজিটিভ এক্স অ্যাক্সিস, কারণ কি দেখ, আমি তো একদম বটম মোস্ট পিক্সেল কনসিডার করছি, তার নিচে তো কোনো পিক্সেলই নেই, তাই না? এক্স অ্যাক্সিস যদি বটম মোস্ট পিক্সেলের উপর দিয়ে আমি এক্স অ্যাক্সিস ড্র করি, if we draw any x axis considering the bottommost pixel, so other pixels will obviously be within the angle 180 degree over that x axis. Within that angle 180 degree means here no pixels will be in that side, as we have considered the bottommost pixel. So you have to consider the angle from 0 to 180 degree. Within that angle, whatever the pixel you are getting, you will just make the numbering. Okay, so that is the theoretical process. You have to keep in mind the name of the process, I think Graham scan. That is the Graham scan process. In that process you can calculate the convex hull. What is the importance of convex hull? Simply, suppose you are trying to find out, suppose hand of a human structure. Means total একটা মানুষের ছবি দেওয়া আছে, a human structure from head to toe, total structure is given. If you want to find out only the hand, so over the hand you have to draw the convex hull. And if we draw that, and if we run that code over the image, or if we run that code over the video, suppose considering the same man moving out and I am making the video, and over that video always you are trying to scan the hand of the man. So what will happen? First the convex hull will find out the human hand, and over that video that hand will be always be scanned by the convex hull. So whenever the man will move, that hand portion will be always be scanned. Okay, so that is the importance of convex hull. If we consider the code, so that is your convex hulls. You have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. It's a simple example. I have considered 8 number of pixel position. You can consider 1000 number of pixel position. Just for example, I have considered 8 number of pixel position, and over that I have draw the convex hull. It's the simple code. Just CONV hull, if you consider, it will give you the convex hull, or you can write your own code also. So that will give you the result of convex hull. Okay.